Hi there, my name is Morgan Risden and I'm the creator of Center Studio, where I teach people skills to feel more comfortable more often. Now today I wanted to talk to you about sit bones. I got a nice email from a student of mine asking exactly where are they. So I brought my skeleton today to show you all exactly where those sitting bones are. So if you look at my skeleton here, you'll see that there's the hip joints, which is a ball and socket joint, on either side of your pelvis, right? And that's where the lower leg connects to your torso, to your pelvis. And right underneath, a little bit closer to your groin, in fact, here at the bottom of your pelvic floor is your sitting bones. So you can see that those two bones are slightly behind your hip joints, and they're a little bit, they're like rockers. They've got a little bit of a flat edge that you can actually sit on, hence the name sitting bones. And I'm sure some of you have even heard about it in a yoga class, or maybe you've just heard that you're supposed to sit on them, but you don't really know where they are. So I want to also illustrate with the stool exactly how you could find those, okay? So you would find yourself in a chair with a flat seat to it, so not your couch, not like a fluffy chair or something, but you really want a supportive chair so that you can feel the bones. And you'll want to bring your hands right underneath your body, and for some of us, we might have more or less fat, skin, muscle to get around, but you can kind of feel them and you might have to do some digging. And when you feel them, they might be a little bit closer together than you might think. So really go ahead and allow yourself to bring your hands all the way under, and then you would slip your hands out so that you're on top of them. And you can kind of feel them rocking. The tendency for most people is to sit behind their sit bones, more on the tailbone, or to overarch and to sit somewhere on front of their pelvis and overarching their back. And the sit bones, you can really see that it's almost as if you could have trouble finding them, you could come to the front of the chair, almost as though you might slip off if you keep going. So you can come really to the edge of your chair to find those, and then you'd perch right there at the very top. And you'll see, even when I swing my body to face you this way, that leaves my lower legs to be really open and free to move easily, so that they're not being pulled into my torso or into my body, but they are hanging in a nice way that's not really creating any stress or tension. Okay, so it's important to remember that when you're finding these at the beginning, it may be very tender if you're not used to sitting on them. Sometimes the sitting bones can just feel like, oh, I haven't ever sat on them before and I really can feel them. If that's the case, you can always put a little blanket or even like a soft cushion underneath just to give yourself a little bit of a buffer. But when you know where you're supposed to sit, right, on your bones, then your muscles that usually are working to hold you upright can have a nice break. Because oftentimes people who are experiencing lower back pain or even middle or upper back pain, sometimes it can be contributed to the fact that they're not using the proper bones to keep them upright when they're seated, especially if you're sitting for a long period of time. So I'm going to suggest that you go ahead and give this a try. And just for those who haven't already, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel. So you can do that at the link below. Okay, until next time, friends, take care. Ciao.